give me a tip here as far as like if I was to go on the next trip with you, what would I find out the hard way that we can save these people? What's the aside from the pack rod and traveling light and kind of having a diverse setup?
The different countries have in Europe that I found out the different countries have very different fishing regulations and rules. And I didn't like Netherlands is the easiest by far. You just get a Vies pass. It's about $40. You can pretty much fish any water in the Netherlands if you go over there, and it's loaded with fish. You have other countries like Switzerland, and I didn't know. I tried to find online a lot of these, these regulations, and a lot of it's in another language, and it's lost in translation. And I didn't know in Austria and Vienna that I showed up to fish and get a fishing license, found out I couldn't get it. I had to take an exam, and then and I flew all the way over, and I had these fish. I walked around the city. I flew all the way over there, and I went to Fish Bratislava, and it was $100 for a day pass. I'm like, all right, I'm not okay. Never mind.
$100 to fish. Are we spoiled
It's
over
for
here or
the
what?
year. Well, it's
Oh,
for
okay.
you had to get the whole year thing, but I didn't know till I literally got there. And the challenge, I like the challenge of some of the public waters, like when I was fishing in Phuket, like the natural river there. Some of the waters are kind of dirty, but I mean, here in the U.S., we got some dirty rivers too. And the challenge of that, even if the fish are small, to go over there without a guide and you're just walking around the city and putting up my GoPro, and then I'm also watching who's walking by. They don't steal my GoPro, because you don't want to set your rod down and get it stolen. People coming by in a moped and they just can grab it really, really easily. So you're watching your equipment
People
and
wouldn't do that.
never, and then making sure that you're a white guy in another country with a chesty on and a GoPro and fishing equipment.
They're target.
Big target. You're a big target.
You just got to flex them guns, and just show them what's up every now and
Until
then.
they flex a gun on me or a knife, and they get everything, And it's a reality, the safety. I've never had any issues. I've been in some pretty sketchy areas, but I go there during the day. Pretty much it's the sun's out. I wouldn't go to some of those areas at night, and I'm very careful of where I go. But it is fun, and a lot of times you don't need, like Japan, you don't need a fishing license. Some of the rivers, so you fly into Tokyo, Osaka, and you can just go and fish those rivers without a license.
Really?
And some of the lakes you do need a license, but some of the main rivers you can just go there and fish them. But if you do catch a largemouth, and if you look at my videos, if you do catch a largemouth bass in Japan, you're not supposed to release it. So if you
Really?
look at my videos from my Japan series on my YouTube page, you won't see any video of any largemouth released. And you can guess if I released those or kept them.
You mentioned earlier that the Netherlands are pretty easy. I mean, that would be maybe a good trip if somebody wanted to start
Excellent
off
trip.
with going overseas. What are some other places that you've either hit and would do again or recommend to somebody like me, or that you would put on your list that you're going to be doing soon, just haven't got to yet?
France is pretty fishing friendly, and each little county there, has their own license, and it's pretty easy. You can get it online. So you just go online. You can do the little translate thing, and it's fairly easy in France to get a license, and they have a lot of good fishable water there. And Switzerland is very regulated. It's in Zurich. There's some great fishing in downtown Zurich, and I do want to go back and fish there. That's where I caught that big barbel. There's some giant fish in there, and when you catch the fish, you have to hit it with a blunt instrument and try to kill it right away, so it only suffers once. You cannot catch and release.
You know,
Every fish.
if I carried a bat with some of the people that I fish with, I probably would use it on them.